What's up, guys? This is Matt, and today I'm going to be bringing you part 16 of my Dwarf Fortress playthrough or tutorial or whatever you want to call this, because it's kind of a mix of everything. It's kind of a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, and it's kind of not. But the first thing I want to say is I did record part 16 the other day, and I got through the entire video. I don't remember, I probably played for about a half hour, and realized that partway through the video, I actually know when I say part way, it was only like 2 or 3 minutes in, I had clicked off of the Dwarf Fortress window for a second, and for whatever reason, it completely canceled the Fraps recording. And so 30 minutes later, I had a full 30-minute audio commentary, but I had no video to go along with it. And I tried to figure out what I could do. You know, maybe I could just post the audio with just some random Dwarf Fortress gameplay, or I could scrap it and start over. So that's kind of what I did. The game did save, so I'm just going to walk you through really what happened. The first thing, I have it on this floor because, as you remember, we dug out noble bedrooms way back. You know, that way they had nice big rooms, and we were able to smooth stuff. Well, the mayor still needed a more, I guess you could say, dignified bedroom. And so what we did is we placed a copper statue inside of his bedroom because he had meager quarters, I believe, and he wanted decent. And so if we go to the noble screen, actually, you press the letter N, it'll bring up your noble screen. And if you select mayor, you'll see these are his needs over on the right, and his wants, or sorry, not his wants, and his holdings are on the left. So right now he has fine quarters. He only needed decent. So we really bumped up the value of his bedroom, first by adding that copper statue, and then also by engraving the walls and the floor of his bedroom. We also engraved because I wanted to bump up the value of his office and his dining room. So if we go back out here, you'll see, okay, this is smoothed up top here, and you'll see you just got like a nice rounded stone look. Well, when things are engraved, you have this like an intricate, like a detail, like a design in the floor and in the wall. And actually, if you were to hit K to look around, you'll notice, you know, here's like a normal floor, and these are your options down here in the bottom right. But when you go over anything that's engraved, you'll see that you have the option to view, and you could actually click and you could read. Engraved on the wall is a well-designed image of briolette cut gems by, and then the final name is the engraver that did that particular piece of art. And so this is a way to bump up the value of any room. So I had his whole apartment engraved. That way we could get the dining room / office, because as you remember, it is combined. The chair itself is designated as an office, and the table's designated as a dining room. So we needed to bump that up. I also told them to build another statue in here. Actually, if we unpause this, let's see what's going on with that. I had him put another copper statue, but it's not done. So actually, let's remove this. And it's in the room already. I don't understand that. So you'll see now he has just plain office and dining room, but he still needs decent. So we still need to find a way to bump up this office and dining room. And so once they're going to carry this copper statue away, maybe I'll try to get them to build it here again. Actually, let's just build statue, and we'll select one of our 2 copper statues that are left, and that should be that. I also did a little bit with the jail, and before I show you that, I noticed I had to make a captain of the guard, because no justice would get done without having a captain of the guard. He was the one that carries out the justice orders. To see justice, you can press Z, which is the status screen. And all the way on the right, you know, if you look up at the top menu, all the way to the right is justice. And that'll tell you anybody that's violated, usually it's production orders of a noble. So in this case, this guy, he was a ranger. He violated a production order of the mayor. The mayor was the injured party. And you remember that we set up some prison cells in the last video. I think it was the last video. And so the captain of the guard was able to throw this particular dwarf in jail. So if we go down to the prison level, you'll see there is a dwarf, and he is tied up. and there's, I guess, food in here for him, although there's another dwarf hanging out, and there's a bed. I might have screwed this up, but I was under the impression that a dwarf on a chain could travel to these 8 squares, the adjacent squares to him. I might have been completely wrong because he's still standing in the same spot. I'm gonna have to look into that, so don't take that as law, but I was pretty sure that's how that went. Well, anyway, as you saw, that Captain the Guard needs a more valuable room. He wants office quarters, dining room, and he also needs some more expensive. He wants armor and weapon racks. So we're just going to build, I think the Captain of the Guard is going to go right here across the hallway from the mayor, and we're going to start building his bedroom here. So we're going to do build bed, so B, and we'll put his bed all the way in the corner, or on the far end. And I'm actually going to just try to mirror the mayor's bedroom. So we'll do the armor and the weapon rack, and then we'll do a chest, or a cabinet and a chest, and then another chest, and then we'll do 2 statues, maybe copper, maybe silver. We'll see. We'll also engrave, because he doesn't need it to be decent. He just wants just plain office dining room. So we might be able to get away with just maybe engraving his room and not adding too much valuable stuff to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's also see if we have any cabinets. Where did I say the cabinet was going to go? Right here. No, we're not going to build that one. All right, so we need to build, what did I just remove? That wasn't good. Rock cabinet. And we'll just say 30 of them. And we'll do rock coffer. I was going to write chest. So we'll do some 30 of those. Oh, we also need rock weapon rack. Maybe 10 of them. And rock armor stand, and we'll do another 10 of those. That way we just have them lying around. Hopefully, I'm sure that'll be enough. That way they're ready to go for future reference, for future use. I also explained this, I believe in the last video and in the one that got screwed up, but you don't want to engrave a room first, because if at any time you were to break down this wall that's already engraved, or if you were to place something on the floor that is already engraved, you're going to upset that dwarf that engraved it. They're going to be horrified. So you don't want to do that. And so therefore I'm not going to engrave this Captain of the Guard's bedroom until I have him moved in and I have all the furniture arranged the way I want it. Let's see if this manager, he's not validating anything. What is the manager doing? Manager's probably at the bottom of the list, above all the stupid babies and children. Look at all these children. All right, manager. Oh, okay, he is managing work orders, so hopefully this will get done soon. He must be in his office right now. Captain of the Guard is storing items. That's fine. Let's go up a little bit. Where's my... Whoa. Got a lot of stuff going on here. How am I doing on drinks? We have plenty of drinks, plenty of food, especially for a population of 166. This was the other thing that I pointed out in the last video. We had a huge population spike right after I finished recording. I feel like all of the videos I make now, I'm just updating you on what happened when I stopped recording. I don't mean to, but it seems to be the second I stop recording, something happens. A trade caravan will show up, or an immigration wave, or migration wave, not immigration. Migration wave will show up, and I can't really do anything. I sit there and I play. I don't want to just hit record again and do whatever. So I play a little bit, and then I come on here and I tell you guys what happened, and hopefully that doesn't bother too many people. I'm just looking at what I can make out of copper. Sarcophagus. You see, it's sarcophagus instead of a coffin. It'll serve the same purpose. It'll just probably be worth a little bit more. We can make thrones and chests and cabinets. Really nothing. I could make more chains, I guess. I don't know how many chains I'm gonna need right now. What else could we do? Siege equipment, trap components. What kind of trap components? Copper axe blade, copper corkscrew, spiked copper ball. No. Siege equipment. Ballista, no. Other objects out of copper. Crafts, goblets. Oh, we could I mean, we have so many copper bars. Let's make a couple crafts. Just see what we could get next time traders show up. There's no traders right now. Oh, okay. I placed some traps within the entrance of my fort in the last video, and they're not the most sophisticated traps. I will go into that in further detail in the future, but right now I just put some basic stonefall traps, and all that is they take a raw stone, which would be if you carve out a stone room, even though this is a sand level, but you get the idea. You carve out a stone room, it leaves stone behind. Instead of building stone like with in a shop, the dwarfs will take that stone and they'll load it into this trap, and it'll trigger when anybody that isn't supposed to be coming into the fortress walks in. And I think it'll hurt them a little bit, it won't kill them, but it'll also let me know that they're there. It's kind of like an alarm system at the same time. And people have been saying I should put in some traps, and I'm going to do something a little bit more sophisticated, but I figured let me put that in for now because it's a good idea just as a security system. Because it was brought to my attention a couple videos ago, we lost a child dwarf. A goblin snatcher was able to kidnap one of the dwarves, and I wasn't really sure. I didn't even see it happen while I was playing, and so I thought that was a good idea because that'll really act as a security system, and I'll be able to figure out really what's going on and where my dwarves are and what's happening to them. I'm looking at my stockpiles right now, trying to figure out where everything is. I did last video. I made another furniture stockpile down here because this one was always full. The finished goods has been full for a while too, but that one uses bins. You can't use bins over here. And I actually have plenty of armor and weapon stands, so I could probably cancel these orders, can't I? Let's remove the weapon and the armor stand. We'll let them make everything else. And we could go down here. Okay, well first I could just assign this bedroom, right? Let's come here, make this a bedroom, fill up the room, and assign the bed to the captain of the guard. So that is now his bed. Let's go to the chair, make a study for the captain of the guard, and go to the dining room, fill up the room, and assign it to the captain of the guard. So that right there there we go. So actually the bedroom's already fine enough for him. He doesn't need any really expensive stuff, but of course he still does need an armored weapon rack, that's where we're going to put those. But we need to bump up the value of this room, which we will do in part by putting a chest in it and by putting some type of statues, but we might be able to get away with stone statues. So let's see if we have any of those, or well, actually, let's just add some. Rock statue, there we go. 10 will be fine for now. And that'll definitely bump up the value of this particular room. So let's go ahead and we're going to build an armor stand. And this is the armor stand here. It looks like a little suit of armor, so we'll make it exactly opposite. And I don't know what I made the other side orthoclast, but that's all. Let's just do something like a gray. That'll be fine. And we'll put a weapon rack, which is the letter, I don't remember. Weapon rack is R. And that'll go directly across from it. Alright, so that's the first two pieces of furniture. What happened? Oh, the beekeeper has given birth to a boy. That is exciting. Oh, just more mouths to feed that aren't going to do any work for me. Whatever. I should probably have a secondary dining room somewhere, because this is awfully full. What's going on up here? Snatcher. Alright, you know what? Let's see. Where are we right now? Let's see if we could call our military in, because I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I'm going to hit tab a couple times just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And we're going to press the letter S for squads. Okay? And you remember we have our one military squad, and they are the doors of taxing. So I'm going to press the letter A, because if you have more than one squad, they would all show up right under this, and they would be B, C, and so forth. So right now we're just going to press the letter A. That way they're selected. You'll see that by it turning blue. And we're going to hit the letter K for attack. And now you're going to be able to move this cursor around and tell them what to attack. So we're going to select this goblin thief. And you could also, you see the options right here. You could press R, select in a rectangle. That's just the normal selection tool if you were to be digging out a room or telling dwarves to chop down trees. You know, you just hit enter in both corners and it fills in the whole square. Or from a list, which is much like looking at your population list. You can look through and see what kind of bad guys are on the map and just tell your squad to go kill them. But in this case, we see right where he is, and we'll just move the cursor on top of him until it shows his name, and we'll press enter to kill creatures at the cursor. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You'll see it brings us back here, and they now have a kill order. It'll be abbreviated, but you can tell very easily what it is. And so as soon as I unpause this, hopefully those dwarves go to work. And he's actually, you'll see this goblin is on his way up pretty stupidly towards the entrance to our fortress. And now he's walking the opposite way, but we'll see if my squad gets to him in time. Oh, he's getting shot. You can see a bolt flying across. I don't know where from, but he definitely got shot at. Sorry, I went quiet. I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing. Okay, the militia's finally being called. Here they are. So here's a soldier here. And, you know what? I could probably pull up. And you'll see a bunch of blood here. Where is the goblin? Alright, let's pull up our units list. And we can go to... Oh, that's not going to work. Others. Well, he's dead, I guess, because he's not showing up there. So where would he be? Oh, here we go. This was the goblin thief we just killed. Let's zoom to him. Or not. Did anybody see where he went? Or is he still just down here underneath? Oh no, here's the, yeah, okay, so here's the corpse of this particular goblin and the blood and everything that he was carrying. So actually we can go ahead and claim everything in this list, and we'll be able to get a dagger and some interesting stuff because it's a dead body. He doesn't need it anymore. And I know that there is a way to see... Oh, the mayor has a mandate. Awesome. Let's see. If we press the letter A, that brings us to announcements. There's also another announcements page, which is what I'm looking for now. And I don't see... Oh, reports are. So the goblin thief is fighting. So actually, yeah, if you go all the way back up this way. Let me actually, we'll go to the top maybe. Yeah. So the flying kangaroo bolt, it's a bone bolt, strikes the goblin thief in the right ear, tearing the cartilage through the giant cave spider silk cloak. The flying kangaroo bone bolt strikes the goblin thief in the upper body, tearing the muscle, chipping the left true ribs, and tearing the left lung through the giant cave spider silk cloak. A tendon in the left true ribs has been torn. The goblin thief is having trouble breathing. The goblin thief gives in to pain. The goblin thief falls over. The goblin thief regains consciousness. The mace dwarf kicks the goblin thief in the right foot with her left foot, bruising the bone through the brown recluse spider silk shoe. The mace dwarf punches the goblin thief in the right upper leg with her left hand, bruising the muscle through the giant cave spider silk cloak. The mace dwarf bashes the goblin thief in the lower body with her silver warhammer, bruising the muscle and bruising the guts through the giant cave spider silk cloak. And it's just this epic fight. You could go ahead and read through this whole thing. I'll leave it up on the screen for a second if you want. If you want to pause it, you could read it. I don't want to narrate the whole thing. But you see that it really generates an interesting fight. Let's just see how it ends. Let's go down to the bottom here. The mace dwarf bashes the goblin thief in the head with her silver warhammer, bruising the muscle, jamming the skull through the brain and tearing the brain. The goblin thief has been knocked unconscious. The silver warhammer has lodged firmly in the wound. And that seems to be it. That was when the goblin thief died. So you can see why it was important to make a military, and I'm glad that this actually happened in this episode. And so you not only, I believe the last video, did you watch me create my first military squad, but now you saw that their true power, no matter how unskilled they are, the more they train, the more their skills will grow. This was just a goblin thief. If it had been a siege or some type of army of goblins, we would have been in trouble. But that was some good practice for them. And now you see really what they can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and we can zoom to the area, but we know right where it is. There's all this blood here. And I believe if we hit squads, you'll see that they have nothing to do now. And so they have no orders. They're going to go back to whatever they were doing. If this happened to be a month when they train, then they're just going to go back to training. Otherwise, they'll go back to their daily work. And we can go ahead and unpause this. So yeah, that was an exciting fight as I read it there to you blow by blow. Yeah, that's really all that's going on. I could probably end the episode at that. What were we doing? We were trying to build up the value of the captain of the guard's bedroom. Let's see if it's there yet. Well, he is pretty happy. You see, I need to fix this right now, though, because he needed one chest and one cabinet. And if you remember, all of the bedrooms in my fort had a chest and a cabinet. So he does technically have one. However, I'm going to take that bedroom away from him because there's no need for one of my dwarves to have two bedrooms. So as soon as I assign his other bedroom to another dwarf, this is going to change. So I do need to put a chest and a cabinet in this current bedroom, the new one that I'm building. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's build, we're going to build, F for cabinet. And we'll go ahead and build the cabinet across from the other one. And granite cabinet is fine. Let's also press H for container. Needs empty. Okay, so that we don't have any of those yet. Let's see what the manager's doing. It has been validated, but none have been built yet. So hopefully by the next episode that will be done. I'll be able to place those in the bedroom of the new captain of the guard. The captain of the guard can have his own semi-military squad as well, because if you go into military, you'll see that he can be chosen as a squad leader. And I guess they'll just act like police officers, which we don't need. We don't need a bunch of bully dwarves running around poking other dwarves and saying, hey, you're a nerd, go to jail. So we're just going to leave him out of it for now. He could keep doing what he's doing. We'll leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope maybe you learned something. Maybe you enjoyed the battle narration. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like the video. You send me a message if you want. I don't care. That's fine. You're more than welcome to do that. I always respond pretty quickly too, because my computer's normally on just to do something. So yeah, please contact me if you want. Otherwise, I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time.